So, hello and welcome to our reviews. This is Mihir Singh, and I have my friend Tanay Shah with me. And today we are going to talk about Christopher Nolan, only Christopher Nolan and his movies. Like he's one of the most imaginative directors working today, and these moments capture him at his very best. So, welcome to our reviews. And today we are going to count down our top picks for the top Christopher Nolan movie moments. We are not going to talk about movie, but rather the moments that we found which were best. So today we will be looking at the best scenes from his filmography and ranking them on the base of the factors like technical merit, emotional appeal, emotional impact, and dramatic intensity. So let's kick on.
Yeah, so the first movie we're going to talk about is Prestige, set in London in the 1800s. Two rival magicians read each other's diary containing the secrets of their magic tricks and personal life. As we go back in time when the diaries were written, both magicians become obsessed with their rival's best trick. The tricks, as shown to the audience, look the same, but neither magicians can figure out how his opponents does it. So yeah, the best moment from this film is the abracadabra, the ending. I'll show you the moment.
So this movie where let's see the scene. Let's see the
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
In the name of the King and the High Court of England, you will meet your end.
Who cares about the man in the box? Cutter. Cutter!
Do you have anything to say?
So yeah, that's the moment from the movie. It starts with abracadabra, and that's how you leave the audience with their mouths hanging open. The Prestige follows two musicians who attempt to one up each other's with their illusions. So it's only fitting that the entire movie was basically one giant magic trick. Here, Nolan pulls the rug under us thousand times, and it's all fascinating. But perhaps the best moment comes at the end when the suspense is revealed, and the same was shown in the Bollywood movie Dhoom 3 by
Uh,
Yash
uh,
Raj Films. So yeah, that's one of the best moments. Uh,
and talking about how the movie is basically one giant magic trick, there are many tricks where there's also a mention of Nikola Tesla. Like they
yeah,
have mentioned Nikola Tesla in the movie, and they have shown a farm of bulbs, a farm of light bulbs. And when Hugh Jackman removes a light bulb, it turns off, but he cannot see any wire. So that was the marvel of Nikola Tesla, and using Nikola Tesla's science and creating his own magic. That's how Hugh Jackman's character moved forward. So, what did you think about other than
uh,
this scene? What other things did you see?
there's in the movie it's shown Tesla has figured out cloning through electricity,
Okay.
through the use of electricity, which plays a key moment. In the movie, if you see, the magic trick is based on cloning.
Yes, yes, yes.
So yeah, that's one of the and uh, Christy Nolan's also shows us what the meaning of prestige is. It's the end step of the magic trick, the last step, and it is known as the prestige. When a magician is done with the trick, and the result, that is
Okay, so let's not talk about the prestige right now. Let's leave it to the audience and let them see the
yeah,
whole movie, and let them think what the prestige as a movie and what the prestige as the last part of the magic really was.
yeah.
So moving forward with our list, we have
We have the Dark Knight. So Batman, yeah, Batman. So the Dark
And
Knight
talking
with
about
the
Dark Knight, yes. So
yeah,
talking about Dark Knight, it was the best. It was one of the best movies in the whole trilogy, where
yeah.
DC was trying to get into the cinematic universe and competing with the Marvel, the whole Marvel part. And this trilogy, basically Christopher Nolan's Batman is most recognized. So, what did
Yeah.
you think, Tanay, was one of the best moments in the scene, like in the movie? Like,
I'll start with the plot, Meir. With the help of the of allies like Lieutenant James Gordon and the District Attorney Harvey Dent, Batman has been able to keep a tight lead on the crime in Gotham City. But when a wild young criminal calling himself the Joker suddenly throws the city into chaos, the Cape Crusader begins to tread a fine line between heroism and vigilantism. So the best moment is the start of the movie, the bank robbery scene.
oh,
So you know the bank robbery where the goons are killing each other, crossing each other. So yeah, I'll show you the part where they do it. Just give me a second.
and after that movie, that rendition of Joker got entirely very much famous, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bus driver.
So this is the scene.
What bus driver?
And did I mention that a bus crashes through the wall of the bank and killing the goon? So yeah, and let's continue.
School's out. Time to go. The guy's not getting up, is he? That's a lot of money. What happened to the rest of the guys?
So we can see like Joker is insane even in the movies. Like in the comic books, as shown, like he's crazy, like crazy. He's killing without consent or anything. Like
Think you're smart, huh? The guy that hired you's. He'll just do the same to you. Oh, criminals in this town used to believe in things. Honor, respect. Look at you. What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in? I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you.
so, here he takes off the mask and reveals himself in one of the movie's most memorable images of all. All of this is shot and staged exceptionally well, leaving us with no doubt that Nolan is the master of exciting introductions. And I'm a big fan of Joker. Right here, the poster is right here. Heath Ledger. He won an Oscar for his performance in The Dark Knight. So yeah, and there are famous dialogues like "Why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face."
So
So
talking about Heath Ledger's rendition of Joker, as now we have seen Joaquin Phoenix Joker, but before that, Heath Ledger Joker was an entirely different league than the rest of all the Jokers who have portrayed the character of Joker. So one of the scenes that I saw in this movie was at the end, I guess, where the other goons, other gangsters give the Joker his share of ransom, where they have what happens is that Joker actually kidnaps Batman, and he asks for ransom from the state, from the city, from Gotham City, and the ransom is said to be divided amongst all the other gangsters who helped Joker in this. So what he does is Joker takes his own share of money. He piles it up, go down, and he actually lights a match on all his share of the money, and he then says that he gives a really nice dialogue about how he is insane, and this shows like how insane Joker is, and he can be like his every move is unexpected. And this was a great portrayal by Heath Ledger himself, and great direction work from Christy Nolan.
yeah,
So moving forward, I'd like to talk about another movie that played with my mind a lot. Like I had to watch it 3 to 4 times to understand the whole movie. Like all the other movies of Christopher Nolan. So the movie that I'm talking about is Inception.
Inception,
Now,
yeah.
what happens in Inception is like there's a Dom Cobb played by Leonardo DiCaprio. He is a thief with a rare ability to enter people's mind and steal their secrets from their own subconscious. His skill has made him very a hot commodity in the corporate espionage market. So everyone wants to get a piece of him. So what he does is like he gets into the minds of people. He can when he gets into the minds, he they actually sleep. So you as you might have seen in the movie, they actually sleep and they get into a dream world. So they can render their own dream world. They can create their own reality in the dream world. They can make a whole replica of the real world into that dream world, and they can control every bit of it. Like
Yeah.
one of the scenes had the a whole actual train coming into the road and
Yes.
crashing them. So and not only one thing, there is a dream inside a dream in this movie. So it was really very complicated for my
The
14-year
most
old mind, for my
complicated sequence, I guess, like a
yes,
dream inside a dream inside a dream,
inside inside a
whi-
dream. It was
which
all
is
six
insane,
layers.
dude.
So,
Which is insane.
so
Which is insane.
and one more thing about this movie is like when the people who are going inside a dream, like they if they want to know that whether they are in the dream world or in the real world, it can get a bit fuzzy sometimes. So they might get confused. Like if they are if they spend a lot of years inside a dream, uh, the time frame inside a dream is like 1 hour in the real world is might be 2 to 3 days in the dream world. So they might spend so much years in the in the dream world that when they return to the real world, they might be utterly confused, like what is happening.
Time works different. Like they
Ha, ha.
if say like 1 hour in the real world is a 1 day in the dream world.
So
So yeah,
so
Mihir, I
they
think we
have a
should
total.
talk about the moments now. We should show them the
Ha, ha, yes,
best
sir.
moment from.
Let's show them that
So
moment. Let's.
so yeah, so my favorite moment from the Inception movie is the spinning hallway fight sequence. I'm a huge fan of action sequences, so this is one of the best. And why it is one of the best, because the spinning hallway was actually staged. It was made into a set which is actually spinning, and there were no VFX, no CGI, no harnesses. The actors were doing the choreographed fight sequence in the spinning hallway. So yeah, here's the video of that happening. So here you can see the hallway spinning, and you can see the
Yes.
actors like in it. So yeah, this is one of the best like sequences in the movie, where
So
it was, yeah, it was also real, like the spinning hallway, the fight sequence and everything. What
so to
about
the
you,
all
Mir? What do you
to
think
to
the
all the
best?
viewers over here, to all the audience who are watching this video, when I watched the film, I also I thought that this was a whole CGI scene, a whole green. They must have used taken the help of computers and stuff. But when we came to know, when we were researching about the videos, when we came to know that this scene was completely done really in a set, I was completely like. I completely became a fan at that moment. The scene that I liked in this movie was the ending scene.
Yeah,
As I mentioned earlier, that if they want to realize that whether they are in the real world or the dream world, they have a totem of sorts. So that totem gives them an indication whether they are in the real world or not. So what the lead character Cobb has, lead character being Leonardo DiCaprio, what he has is a spin top of sorts. So when he spins the top, and if the top is spinning, and if the top stops, it falls down. He comes to know that he is in the real world, and if the top keeps on spinning and spinning and spinning, he comes to know that he is in the dream world. So that is his different. That is how he figures out.
yeah.
So I'll show you the scene where the last scene where I was completely in amaze of the whole sequence.
So this was the totem that me was talking about. So yeah.
Game? Good Look who's here.
So yeah, that was the scene. I mean, look at the direction, like in the TD, in the Dark Knight, we talked about introduction. This is the ending. Like he's the master of
And like no
introduction
one
as well
knows,
as
no one not only knows how to kickstart his movies,
yeah,
but
yeah,
also how to end them. And case in point, Inception, like the sequence with the characters riding the synchronized kick is a kind of is a thing of filmmaking beauty, and complete with some of the finest editing of Nolan's career. After a brief scene, talking about editing, how Tanay mentioned the hallway scene, like it
always
was
seen. Yeah,
so nice
yeah,
edited that we could not even figure out whether it was a CGI or something else. And the last scene where Cobb wakes up from the airplane, the whole movie happens in the airplane in a 19-hour flight. The whole thing happens in a 19-hour flight. They are in a 19-hour flight, and in that flight they are into a dream. So
yeah.
watching Cobb clearing customers, meeting his kids, and holding his kids, and then he spins the top, he spins the totem, and the totem continues to spin, and it cuts to black. So here Nolan has given the movie to our own interpretation, like
Yeah,
how
like
we want to see it.
leaves us
Huh.
like thinking like, what do you think? Like, he's
What do you think?
asking through his films like, what do you think? What is the ending? Like, so
Huh.
yeah. So moving
So moving
on.
on forward with the other films,
Yeah.
I think we should talk about Interstellar. Like this is the best film till date of his own career. Like according to me, this is the best film. Let's see how the new movie Tenet, which was supposed to fares out. But talking about Interstellar, uh, what I loved about this film is like Earth's future has been riddled with disasters. Like we can see it now also. It is riddled by disasters, famines, and droughts. Now there is only one way to ensure mankind's survival and interstellar travel to a sustainable planet where human life can sustain. So a newly discovered wormhole in the far reaches of the solar system allows a team of astronauts to go there, where they can find a sustainable life. So talking about moments in this particular movie was the theory of relativity. I am completely flabbergasted by the theory itself, and how they have used it in the movie. Like when they are going to a planet, where the explorer go first is very close to Gargantua, the
Uh,
big black hole. So then
yeah.
they thought, so you must know. So then they thought that the planet was very close to Gargantua, which had a very huge gravitational pull, and they entered the orbit. And if they enter the orbit there into the planet, then every hour they spend on that planet would be 7 hours back on Earth.
Back
So
on Earth.
7 years back on Earth. So every
Yeah.
hour here is 7 years back on Earth. So Cooper suggested the lead played by Matthew McConaughey. He suggested that instead of taking Endurance, the main ship, into the orbit around Miller's planet, what they'll do is take a wider orbit around Gargantua and go parallel with the Miller's planet outside of the time ship. So they had 1 hour here, i.e., that is 7 hour back on Earth to get them in and out. So as you might expect, things go wrong. It took them almost 2 hours down there, costing them decades when they came back to the main ship. The crewmate that they left behind was actually 23 years older.
Older. Yeah.
He was 23 years older. according to the times on Earth. So let me show you what happened when he came back to the ship. Like this is really a filmmaking marvel, and this scene has so much emotional appeal, that emotional impact, that it stayed
uh,
on with.
before we show them the let's talk about Gargantua and
Yeah,
the
let's.
technical part of it, like why the time differences are so huge. You see, like Gargantua is a massive black hole, like, and as per the theory of relativity, like space and time bends around huge masses in the space. So, and even the time slows down. So the planet they visit is the Miller's planet. They named it the Miller's planet. So Miller's planet is orbiting around the black hole. So the time on that planet is slowed down, and 1.5 seconds is equal to 7 years, right? 7 hours, sorry.
17 hours, I guess it was 17 hours.
17 hours, yeah. So that is the theory, like uh, the time and space around huge masses in the space bends. So yeah, what happens after 23 years is I'll show you now.
And one more thing to mention before we show the video, could you please? So before we show the video, like when they are in the planet, you can hear a faint ticking sound. So that the ticking sound is what Tanay mentioned about 1.5 seconds
Yeah.
being
The
17 hours.
soundtrack is made of that ticking sound. Yes.
Yes,
So
yes,
this
yes.
is the video. What happens after they come back to the Endurance, like spending 3 to 4 hours on the Miller's planet. Yeah, and
Hey, Dad.
here we go. The time jump.
You son of a bitch. I never made one of these when you were still responding because I was so mad at you for leaving. And then when you went quiet, it seemed like I should live with that decision, and I have. But today's my birthday. And it's a special one because you told me. You once told me that when you came back, we might be the same age. And today I'm the age you were when you left. So it would be a real good time for you to come back.
So yeah. So
Miller, so like Cooper was so keen on getting back to his home, like finishing the job and getting back to his home. Like he missed out 23 years of his life on Earth, and his daughter grew up. Like when he left, his daughter was like the age of 10 or 11. Now his daughter would have become the age of 33. This is and
same age as himself. Yeah.
as
Yeah.
himself when he left. So and this shows the complete marvel of Christopher Nolan's filmmaking. Like no other movies might have done this, might have done this. So according to our knowledge, it might have done. So according to our knowledge, and one another thing, the last thing that the best thing in this movie, Interstellar, and the best scenes of his filmography that we feel was the tesseract scene, the where like now Interstellar isn't short on mind-blowing scenes as you saw, but perhaps none of them are as impactful or as the tesseract sequencing. The scene is a perfect combination of everything, like
Yeah.
that makes sense of like a Nolan fantastic filmmaker, and there are the extraordinarily visual effects and terrific sound design. The soundtrack of the movie is really good, and the heartbreaking performance by Matthew McConaughey, and the twist that Cooper. Let me show you the Tesseract scene, and
That's the right scene.
let's talk about it later.
It's gravity.
Don't you get it yet, Tars? I brought myself here. We're here to communicate with a three-dimensional world. We're the bridge. I thought they chose me. They didn't choose me, they chose her.
For what, Cooper?
To save the world. All of this is one little girl's bedroom, every moment. It's infinitely complex. They have access to infinite time and space, but they're not bound by anything. They can't find a specific place in time. They can't communicate. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna find a way to tell Murph, just like I found this moment.
How, Cooper?
The love, Tars, love. It's just like...
So yeah, this is the tesseract moment from the Interstellar, which is also the ending sequence of the movie. And there's an interesting theory that I have, like Cooper has to go into the black hole to reach this part of the movie, right? So there are theories like if you want to travel through a black hole, you should be going at a speed which is more than that of light. So they have perfected that also, like in this movie, like he's going at a speed that is more than that of light. He survives that. If he doesn't do that, he would die, right?
He would
So
stretch like a rubber, I guess.
yeah.
That's
If you're traveling slower than that, you will stretch like a rubber, and at one point you will break. The gravity pulls of the black hole are so massive that not even light can escape that gravity pull. So yeah.
So talking about the twist that Cooper was Murph's ghost and the overall imagination at work, it hits both to the heart and the brain in equal measure, serving as proof of the magic that highly skilled and inventive filmmaking can create. Like he said that he was the own person. Like he went to the fifth dimension. Like he talked through his daughter through the dimension. Um, what do you think, Tanay, about that
And
part?
in those dimensions, like the communication is a little bit complicated. So he sends the message through Morse code. Yeah, so that's how his daughter figures out the way to save the human race through the
and and
Morse
like
code.
we discussed, like if we have watched Interstellar, and if the viewers, the audience have watched Interstellar, they can notice that the lead characters are using the term they at many places
They
in the
yeah.
movie, right?
So
So
yes,
so
it
for,
was revealed to the audience that the tesseract was constructed by they, but who are they? The most important question is, who are they? At the end of the movie, Christopher Nolan leaves it to the audience to conclude that they refers to the humans of the far future who actually constructed the tesseract and helped Cooper, the lead actor, McConaughey, to save them from natural calamity. That is, future themselves are the reason why future humans are saved from the natural disaster.
so
So
that was our top picks for the best moments in Christopher Nolan's filmmaking history.
yeah,
So if you find any other moments from any other filmmakers, you can write it down in the comment
comment
section, and
section.
you can like and share and subscribe to the video.
Yeah,
And
please guys, show some love, like, share, and subscribe. Like we'll do more videos on we are planning on doing the CBM comic book movies. Like I think should do it on Watchmen, I guess.
let next episode, which you watch,
Snyder's best moments.
It would be Zack Snyder's best moments.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching the video. This is Mihir Singh signing off.
This is Tanay signing out. Yo.